Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of like I'm going to be sharing with you some Holygrail products that I have dethroned, and then I'm going to also talk about products which I have replaced them with. And these can be like temporary replacements. It's not necessary that if I'm talking about a replacement and if I don't talk about it, or if I say that I've replaced this, if I say that after 6 months or a year or something like that, it's totally possible, because I feel like because I'm constantly trying out new skincare products, I always tend to like find something better than what I have already mentioned and I've already talked about. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. I did the Holy Grail products video that I'm referencing is one that I did back in April. So it's been like 3 to 4 months ever since then. But yeah, I feel like I have changed my mind on some of these products. And back then, some of these I really, really loved. And that's why I called them like my Holy Grail favorites. But then I don't feel like that way anymore now. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. And that's what this video is going to be about. I will not be talking about every single thing that I mentioned in that video, so keep that in mind. So if I'm not talking about a particular category, it's because the product that I mentioned in that particular category in the video earlier is still my favorite. It's still my Holy Grail. So if you haven't watched that video, definitely go ahead and make sure that you watch it, because then you'll be able to get like a more well-rounded idea. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave that video link in the description box. And also, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell button, which is next to the subscribe button, because that way you'll get to know every single time I post a new video, which is 3 times in a week: Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So yeah, with that out there, now let's dive right in and get started. And I'll first talk about the things that I have dethroned, and I will simultaneously talk about the newer addition to the Holy Grail fam. So yeah, let's get started. The first product, I think I briefly mentioned this in one of my past videos, but the MOLY toners, the hydrating toners that I talked about in that video are not favorites anymore. Mainly, I feel like back then I was using face washes which were a little bit more drying, which is why I like to use a hydrating toner after that. And that's the reason why I kind of fell in love with it, and that's the reason why I mention it as a Holy Grail like favorite. But I feel like now, if I am adding any kind of a step to my routine, I wanted to add like some sort of like a value to it. Like, if even if I'm using a toner, I'm not saying that I won't be using toners, because I do think the toners can be really nice. They can be really like soothing and hydrating, and it can be a good experience. But I feel like I want them to have some sort of an active ingredient, something that makes it actually worth spending my money on them, which is probably why I tend to prefer AHA BHA toners, or vitamin C toners, or maybe a toner that has niacinamide in it, something like that, something that can actually like benefit my skin in some way. And I'm not saying that hydrating toners are not benefiting, but it's just not like, it's not worth it. Like, there was this video that I watched by a YouTuber who mentioned that you can wash your face, you can just sprinkle some water, or just like take some water in your hand and then just like press it on your skin, and then use your serum, because the water will help it like absorb better. And then you can go ahead and use your moisturizer and your sunscreen, etc. And I feel like, I don't think if I would like to like use water, but maybe any toner, like again, like I mentioned, AHA, BHA, vitamin C, something like that would just be more beneficial in general. Which is why the replacement product that I'm mentioning, which I feel like I see myself, like using it and repurchasing this product if I'm not able to find a replacement that is good enough, and that is the Pixi Glow Tonic. I mentioned it recently in my hashtag Birthday Hype series for the month for August. So I will leave a link to that in the description box as well. I do think that it's definitely a product that I love so much that I'm mentioning in this video, but I feel like I haven't tried enough AHA BHA toners. I feel like there are so many more in the market, and I'm constantly discovering new ones, which I will also try and test out. And maybe I'll do like a battle of the best AHA BHA toners, like something of that sort, in which I share my review on like maybe like 8 or 10 different toners, and after that I will tell you which one the best of the best is. But right now I definitely feel like the Pixi Glow Tonic is absolutely freakingly amazing. I think it's worth it as well. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm mentioning that as a replacement, even though it's not exactly a replacement because it doesn't do the same thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think I need a hydrating toner anymore. I will use the ones that I have, but I don't see myself repurchasing any or even like trying out new ones in that particular category. So yeah, that was for toner. Moving on next, when I mentioned vitamin C serums, I mentioned two. The Dot and Key one is still a favorite, but the Ulla Henriksen one, for some reason, I feel like I've kind of changed my mind about it. I definitely do agree with every single thing that I said about the product, but I think the main reason why I don't think very highly of this product anymore is not because it's bad or like it's. I have not had any bad experiences with it. Like, if someone would gift me the product, I would happily use it. But then I don't think I would go ahead and spend my own money on it because, first of all, it's difficult to get your hands on. So even if I was willing to spend the money on it, Ulla Henriksen is not available in India, so I can't get my hands on it easily. I will have to like contact an Instagram page and maybe do it through that or order it directly and then pay for customs, which again I am not up to. That is one of the reasons. Secondly, I feel like there are so many newer brands that I'm discovering, so many Indian brands that are coming up with vitamin C serums and like so many great products which are so much more affordable as well compared to the Ulla Henriksen, and they're more easily available. So it's like I have so many other options that I feel like the Ulla Henriksen one is, it's just a little bit like, yeah, maybe if I have someone going down to the US and I can maybe get it through someone, I would rather get something else that is not very easily available here in India. Like for example, I feel like when it comes to toners, let's come back to toners. I feel like I really like AHA, BHA toners, but most of them are specifically only have AHA or only have BHA. I have not seen a lot of toners that have both AHAs and BHAs, which is why the Ulla Henriksen oil control, oil balance, something like that, the green color packaging one, I really really love that. And I feel like because that has AHAs and BHAs in it, I like that one more. And if I really had to get something, and if I had to repurchase something in specific from the US, I would maybe buy that one because I can't find a replacement here in India. So I would rather get that rather than getting the Ulla Henriksen Truth Serum, which I can easily get options for. You know what I mean? Or I might want to like try out something new that I haven't got yet or that I haven't bought yet, I haven't tried out yet. I would want to buy and try out something new instead of repurchasing something that I could easily find a cheaper alternative for and a more easily available alternative for here in India already. If that makes sense. So I hope you're able to like understand my thought process. And I do though have a newer vitamin C brightening kind of a product, which I feel like I see this one becoming a favorite because ever since that video I've also discovered that niacinamide as an ingredient is something that I really like, and I don't want to have to choose between vitamin C and niacinamide. I feel like I've been discovering products that have both the active ingredients in the same product, and one of them is the Vaunt skincare multivitamin super hydrator. I believe it's what it's called. That one has vitamin C and vitamin B3, which is niacinamide. And I also love the consistency of that product. It's got this, gel serum like consistency, something which is not heavy, not too sticky. And for me, that is very, very important in a product that I'm going to use in my morning skincare routine because I have to layer on other products. I have to also wear makeup on, and I have oilier skin. So when I'm going to do my morning skincare routine, and then if I step out of the house, which I am not right now, but I will eventually, and I don't want something that is super heavy, super sticky, and my skin's going to get oily any which ways. So I don't want to like already start with something oily and like sticky and greasy, etc. So yeah, that's the reason I wanted to mention the Vaunt skincare serum as well. Of course, it's a newer product, something that I'm currently using, and I haven't used it enough. But I see myself, repurchasing it and using it, and I see it becoming a holy grail in the future. So yeah, that's the reason I wanted to mention that. Moving on next. To sunscreen, the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen is also something that I've dethroned because, again, similar reason, it's not available in India, it's more expensive, and there are so many more, comparatively affordable sunscreens that are available here in India, which I can not completely but kind of replace with the Supergoop. Like the purpose why I was using the Supergoop, I feel like I can replace these with the Supergoop and get like a similar experience and a similar result. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm also dethroning the Supergoop one, and I'm gonna do a dedicated video on like my favorite Holy Grail sunscreen picks in the near future. So I think I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm also gonna talk about like my replacements and like my additions in that video. So stay tuned for that. Moving on to the last product which I'm going to dethrone, it is the MOLY Banana Sleeping Pack. Now, this one I feel like I mentioned it back then as a holy grail because it was something that I was using it a lot then. Like I mentioned, this is a product that I feel like I can just take off all of my makeup, wash my face, and then slap this on and directly go to bed. And to me, at that time, it was very important because I had a job where I was coming home at like 12:31 at night. I had to have dinner after that and then wash my face, do my skincare. So for me, I just wanted to like get rid of all of my makeup, slap something on, and directly go to bed. I didn't want to do like a 2-3 step routine, which would take a little bit longer because I was already exhausted. But now I feel like the situation is obviously different, and I don't see myself going back to that lifestyle and that routine anytime soon. So yeah, that's the reason now I feel like I don't mind doing a couple of steps in my routine. And also another reason is because the packaging of that product is something that is not super duper convenient. The more I've used it, the more I've realized that in the beginning it's not that much of a hassle, but when you start having like lesser product and once you're using up more and more product in the actual packaging, and when there is just a little bit left, it's a little difficult to get product out, which I feel like is also a little bit of a hassle. You have to really struggle to get product out, and that is something which I am not very very excited to do. I don't want to like struggle to get product out of a packaging, and that is one of the other reasons why I also feel like I might repurchase it. And I'm not saying that it's not a favorite anymore, I'm not saying that I don't like it, but I'm just saying that I'm not going to use it as much, and I'm definitely going to be using like other products. Currently, I don't have a new favorite night cream, so I don't want to like mention any product as a replacement just for the sake of doing it. But I definitely have dethroned that product already. So yeah, that was that. Now moving on to some products which are like additions, which might not be replacements for anything, but they're just additions and they're newer Holy Grail favorites. So the first one is the Suganda BHA Serum. I did mention the Trycone in that video, and I do have to say that I am not going to mention the Suganda BHA as a replacement for the Trycone one because I feel like both of them are a little different from each other. And as for the Trycone, my Holy Grail status on that one is a little bit like, like not available like NA, and I'm planning on repurchasing that and trying it out again now that I'm a little bit of like an intermediate level. Like when I tried it back then earlier, I was on the beginner level when it comes to chemical exfoliation, and now I'm like on the intermediate level. So I want to see how well it works for someone who is on the intermediate level, and I want to see if it still works for me or not, or if it is just like a beginner only specific kind of a product. So I am not going to dethrone that as of now, but I do have to say that on the intermediate level I really like the Suganda BHA serum. It's something that I have mentioned so many times and I don't want to go on and on about it, but I feel like if you have oily acne prone skin, it's something that you definitely should check out, no matter if you're a beginner, no matter if you're intermediate, maybe even advanced. I don't want to comment on that, but yeah, that is something that I definitely see myself repurchasing, and something that I've been absolutely freakingly loving, which you can clearly tell from, like, because of the fact that I've mentioned the product so many times. Moving on, next, I also did not mention any face mask as a holy grail, because the face masks that I did try out and the ones that I'm going to mention, I tried and tested out, and like, I knew my final thoughts on them after that video was filmed and uploaded. So my newer favorite face mask, which I feel like is something that I've been using for a few months now, and whenever someone asks me for like a face mask recommendation, this is the one that I always mention and I always recommend. It's a charcoal face mask, and it's one by Trycone. Again, it's the Hydra clay charcoal something face mask. Again, I will leave pictures and links for everything, so the pictures will be mentioned on the screen, and links and names will be in the description box. So the reason why I really like this one is because I feel like it will probably work for every skin type. It's not super duper drying if you have dry skin, but then it also does a very good job at like sucking out all of the gunk from your pores, and just like, I feel like it's great basically for every skin type. And again, if I have related videos to any of these products, I'm gonna make sure, I'm sorry for that, I'm gonna make sure that I leave links in the description box also for the videos, along with the products and the product links. So yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to mention this one. Another one which I feel like comes really close, but the reason I don't like to mention this is because every single time I mention it, people are like, oh my god, this thing is so expensive, could you mention something that is slightly more affordable? And that is the Glamglow Supermud. I feel like I did mention the Glamglow. I've like spoken about how much I love it in the past, and I remember doing a dupes video in which I mentioned it was like अंधेरे में तीर लगा दिया मैंने, and I hadn't even tried out the Innisfree volcanic clay mask, and I was like, this looks like it could be a really good dupe. And now that I own it and I've tried it out, I can tell you for sure that A, it's not a dupe, and B, I might have found another dupe which is not one that, you know, अंधेरे में तीर लगाया है. I'm actually owning it, and I'm been currently like trying and testing it out. It's not like a bang on dupe, but it's like as similar as you can get. If you really want to like save money and not spend on the Glamglow, but I still have to like try it out a little bit more to make sure that I'm giving you like my true opinions, and I'm not just like, you know, assuming stuff. So yeah, as of now, I will say the Trycone and the Glamglow are my absolute favorite face masks. But I will like keep you guys updated, because there are a lot of face masks that I'm trying out right now, and I will share my thoughts on them soon. So stay tuned for that as well. And then I don't know why I did not mention this category in my earlier Holy Grail favorites list, and that was anti-acne products. I feel like I have suffered and I've had acne and pimples both for such a long time, and my journey with them has been like one of the longest ones ever. And for some reason, I didn't mention any anti-acne Holy Grail favorites, like ones that I constantly keep going back to whenever I'm breaking out. So I wanted to mention two of them for different purposes. One is like a spot treatment. If I have like one or two pesky breakouts, you know, those like pustules that are filled with like pus. I know it sounds disgusting, but when I have those, I like to use like those spot treatments or like those zit patches. And the ones that I have used, which are my favorite, are the Face Shop ones. They are a little bit more expensive, and you can find more cheaper options. Like I am considering getting the Cosrx ones once I use up the current packet of Face Shop spot patches that I have. But because I haven't tried out the Cosrx ones, I can't tell you as of now if they are as good as the Face Shop ones or not. But the Face Shop ones are really good. So yeah, I like to use them as like my spot treatment patches when I have those particular kind of pimples. I feel like the Face Shop ones don't work for all different kinds of acne and pimples. So if you have the ones that are like filled with, again, disgusting pus and those like pustule kind of pimples, that is what you can use the face shop patches for. But if I have like just breakouts or like under the skin pimple, like the ones which are going to come to the surface eventually, or something that I feel like is slightly different, and if I have like a particular region of my face that has a lot of breakouts going on, and I feel like if I'm using spot patches with them, I'm going to be using up a lot of spot patches, I would tend to use the Dot & Key anti-acne serum, the ones which have tea tree and salicylic acid in it, and that one is my favorite. I do like to use it both morning and night, and I will continuously use it every single day till the breakouts don't completely clear up. So I would not recommend that to everyone. In fact, the brand also recommends that you use it, I think, once in a day at night specifically, and they recommend you go a little bit more easy on your skin. I go like completely ham, and it doesn't damage my skin or affect my skin in any way, but I have tougher skin. If you have more sensitive skin, or if you're like just using it for the first time, you might want to go a little bit more like calm and like go into it, and don't use it as frequently as I do. So again, keep that in mind as well. But yeah, those are all my favorites and my holy grails, ones that you might not have heard me mention earlier. And yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. I will kind of make sure that I keep like updating the list every once in a while, maybe at least 2 times a year. I feel like I should, because I'm literally constantly always trying out new products. So yeah, this was my updated list. I really hope that you found it informative and you enjoyed watching this video. I'm not gonna make it any further longer, because like we're already at 21 minutes. I don't want this to be a half an hour video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. All the information will be in the description box, so definitely make sure you check the description box out. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye. Bye.